chance. Is there nothing that your Cougars can't do?
I have been holding back to protect my Cougars, and I'll tell you what, if they win against Texas Tech, I'm going to be a delusional fan. I will be unhinged. I will let it all go. I'm going to reserve it one more time. I got to see it happen against Tech. But for the Cougar fans, because a lot of you guys like to watch these segments, apparently, I'll talk about you this week. Man, it feels so good. And you know what? There's a lot of people very skeptical still of BYU. I get it. Maybe the Utes have gotten into your head that we're the luckiest team in the country. But I mean, each week they keep convincing me that it's not luck. That there's a lot of things that go into it. You look at even specific plays where you think, how could that guy run into the ball on the kick return? Why, Chase, you said it. You've never seen that happen before.
He stepped on the ball.
Yeah, well, apparently, Kelly Papinga, he is the special teams coordinator. He specifically looked at tape and he saw that they block way too long and they're oblivious. And so he taught his guys, block them into the football. And guess what? You get a fumble out of it. So they plan for a lot of these things. They create havoc plays, is what we call them, or chaos plays, where they force interceptions and fumbles. Last year, BYU was extremely high on interceptions, and people thought the defense wasn't that good. It was just a bunch of lucky interceptions. Well, guess what? 12 interceptions this year. That is good for, I think, third or fourth in the country. It's the same thing. They cause them to happen. It's not just luck that it ends up in the receiver's hand or the cornerback's hands. I gotta say, the team also, they've got guts. Iowa State had a bye week. They go in, they go down early, they lose their halfback. They're in Ames, Iowa, where nobody wins. I mean, for me, I got a little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a trap game. It's Kansas all over again. What is going on? But no, I think this year, this team is a little bit different from last year. And last year's team was a really good team. But there's a couple things that make a difference. One is you don't have a QB that when you get into the red zone throws a fade pick every freaking time. I was getting so sick of that last year. Instead, you have a freshman quarterback who will do a QB draw. He'll take 2 or 3 defenders, one literally dragging on his feet for 5 yards into the end zone. I mean, I've seen it multiple weeks in a row now. They're very efficient in the red zone on both sides of the ball, which is a huge turnover when it comes to points, which is causing them to win. And it's their play style. They do it. So kudos to them. They are banged up, though, which does not bode well for the Tech game. LG Martin, they're still pretty mum on him. He's a top 10 running back in the country right now. So if he can't play versus Tech, that's going to be a big absence. Some of their players are still playing like they're hurt. Some of their star players, Jack Kelly, Isaiah Glasker, they need to heal up. They didn't look as explosive. Iowa State, they weren't able to run up the middle, but they sure were able to run outside those edges. And BYU needs to figure out how to set the edges. Is it Carson Hansen? Is that his name? The running back? Yeah, Carson Hansen. He found a bunch of room on the edges because they were not setting it. And normally that would be your Isaiah Glasker, your Jack Kelly, your Satawala that gets that edge. But again, they're not as explosive right now. Hopefully they get back. Also, the defensive line needs to learn how to set those edges for them. So they do have vulnerability coming up. We'll see what happens against Tech. But overall, I mean, coming back, having to change your whole playbook because LJ goes down and having to trust a freshman on the road to throw over 300 yards to his receivers, that's big time. Also, one more shout out, Parker Kingston. Last year and the beginning of this year, he had me convinced that he was just an explosive playmaker that he was just fast. But very quickly, he's become maybe an NFL type receiver because, I mean, he had some big plays. He had one in the end zone where he had to go fight for the ball. He had to go up and he brought it down over the defender who came over him. He's a good route runner now. Before it would just be, hey, we're going to throw a screen or, go for a fade, and that was his playbook. But he's so much more now. And I guess he was injured during fall camp, didn't participate much, according to coaches. But right now, he shows that, with the time and being healthy, he's a legit player. So you have two maybe NFL receivers right now, along with Bear, who's getting better every week. And BYU could be, if they can get, a healthy backfield with Sione Moa and LJ Martin back, they could be a force on offense. And if the defense, again, doesn't get injured, they'll keep creating turnovers as well.
This BYU squad, we've been saying it it feels like we've been saying it every single week for like the last 5 weeks. They are more fun to watch every single week. They are noticeably improving, especially at the quarterback position. That's a tragic loss of LJ Martin. And so that'll be definitely the big thing to see if they can overcome those injuries. But that was a huge win. And thankfully, there is a bye week. So hopefully, some of those more minor injuries can be healed up a little bit. And yeah, I love watching that team play. And it's easy to root for them, as obviously I don't have as much invested, but that was a great analysis. I agree with everything you said about him.